Okay, so today's podcast is going to be some sort of a mash of what it's like to be a Sea of Thieves specific YouTuber.
Oh, aye.
Because we are all fairly Sea of Thieves orientated. Maybe not 100%, but Sea of Thieves gave... I'm just gonna straight up say that Sea of Thieves gave us all a shot at this. I feel like my channel was treading water until I found Sea of Thieves. Like, I barely hit 1,000, right? Like, it was a year-long struggle. It took me a year to get to 1,000. And then I found Sea of Thieves, and it just, boom, exploded. Like a powder keg, man.
Yeah. Sea of Thieves is the reason why I opened the channel in the first place. During the Hungering Deep update.
I remember the first time I met you, Fuzzy. It was, I believe it was Jetty, who was like, hey man, hey, this pirate legend guy's gonna give us a quest, and we can go do a legendary quest. And it was the first time I'd ever been in the cave, the tavern, seen any of that, man.
I think Jackie was there.
Yeah.
And you joined, and I still have a capture of that video.
Oh, that's awesome. That'd be a good video.
I still have a capture of that video.
Neat. Yeah, that was my first time I met you, and it was the first time I'd ever seen inside the pirates' hideout.
Yeah, you were like quiet. You're like, I'm gonna mute you guys now because I'm capturing stuff for for my video.
Totally. Like, okay, see you guys later. I'm just gonna stay in here for a while and record. It's too beautiful.
Yeah.
I need a
bunch. He just stood there. If you look at him from far, you think he's crazy. If you don't know he's a YouTuber, he's like staring right to the wall, or right into a plant, or right into the waterfall. You know what I mean? Of course, as a YouTuber, you understand, but if you don't know that, you'll be like, what on earth is he doing?
Is this guy AFK? What's going on? It's actually funny. The very first time I ever sailed with Falcor Gaming, he actually told me a funny story about this. He said he was on the Ferry of the Damned, and there was this guy wiggling at the front of the ship a bunch. And he went up and started jumping around and talking to him, and the guy got so mad and went, fuck, man, I'm trying to record something. Get the fuck out of here. And he was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know what you were doing. He's like, I'm a YouTuber as well. And the guy even recognized who he was after the fact and was like, oh shit, I'm sorry, man. There's something to that extent. I might be paraphrasing the tale a little bit, but it was somewhere in that range.
Well, it happens though. The main principle happens.
I would definitely agree, right? So like, you jump on my channel and you look around, it's only Sea of Thieves content. And I would say for me, Sea of Thieves is the first game that I was so excited about that it actually pushed me into creating videos. So like, up until that point, I've been doing a Tuesday night game night with like my family. So like, everyone in the Black Death crew, they're all family, whether it be brothers, brother-in-law, sisters, and then one of my cousins plays.
Nice.
So for me, it's just been something we've been doing for like 5 years now. Like, we've gone from World of Warcraft to Diablo 3. Like, we've been playing games for forever. But with Sea of Thieves, it's the first game that I just fell in love with. It brought me back. Like, I've shared this story on Reddit, but I'll just share it here. Sea of Thieves brought me back to what got me in love with video games as a kid. Like, when I was a kid, we would play Super Smash Brothers Nintendo 64 for hours and hours and hours on a Saturday, or GoldenEye slappers only. Like, I know Rare also made GoldenEye, but there's something about those games back then that just made me fall in love with video games. And over the last couple of years, like, I've slowly lost I guess that love that brought me to video games. I lost it because the games just, I don't know, man. There's just something about some of the games that are out there. It's just like, there's like, people say it all the time. There's no content in Sea of Thieves. I'm like, if you look at my channel,
there's lots.
You look at my channel. Oh, there's so much. Content.
It's like saying there's no toys in a sandbox. There's a whole playground, but there's nothing to play with. Like, come on.
That's right. It's spot on.
Yeah, you make your own. You make your own, exactly.
That's what I love about this, for sure.
And
oh, yeah. So, anyways.
Before we get too deep into this here, I'd actually like to do a little bit of introductions, just because not everybody knows who everybody is. Now, ahoy hoy, I'm Jessetattoo. If you don't know who I am, now you do. And we got Fuzzy here. Let's go with Fuzzy here. Introduce yourself, my friend.
What's up? I'm Fuzzy. I'm a sailor, a pirate, a part of the Jessetattoo crew. Of course, I'm proud.
Here, here.
I started, yeah, I started my YouTube channel in the Hungering Deep. It wasn't intended, but we just decided to go together. You know, when it first started, I logged in and we were standing by Merrick, and I found like around 15 people that wanted to do it. So the size of that fleet heading towards Megalodon was tempting to capture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was
my
a very cool
video.
event.
Yeah, my very first video was that, and it says crew of 8, but if you actually open the video, there's around 15 people on like 3 or 4 ships. It's like chaotic, and people like screaming and yelling, and because he was creepy when he fell, you know what I mean? And
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was chaos.
I just uploaded it. I uploaded it raw, like how it is, and then I got like around 150 views from like 5 subs at the time. It was like my brother and my cousin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks easier than what it is. It's not as easy actually as I thought, but because I was one of the first that uploaded a video, it worked. That's why I'm committed to uploading Sea of Thieves guides as soon as it comes out, because that's the main bread and butter for my channel.
Yeah, man.
My mate. My name is Captain Hitbotc TC. Most people know me for my PvP in the crew of the Black Death. I'm the captain of it. There's some lore I've kind of written about it, which has been fun. I have it kind of on my Discord channel, but I do plan on creating some videos around the lore. So kind of like what we were talking earlier, it's a sandbox. So
Yeah. There's lots of stories to be told.
Aye, for sure, for sure. So same with Fuzzy. I started with Megalodon. It was just too epic an event not to do something with it. First time you encounter Meg was intense, and fighting her off and kind of killing her off was quite an epic event. So
yeah,
we started there, and then I've just been doing like weekly videos. But then recently, I think for me, my channel that really set it up was Fuzzy was talking to bread and butter. People have loved my PvP. So unlike a lot of PvP videos out there who are like, I don't know, trollers maybe would be a good fair way to say it, you know? I like to have fun. I like to have fun while it. So it's like, if I am gonna talk smack, it's gonna be pirate smack.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I'm gonna dive down into that realm and send people to the ferryman. Like, there's no need for real life name calling.
No, I have people, you know, yell sexual slurs and stuff at me, and like, come on. Like, I mean, I understand that a good portion of the audience of this game is children, and children just don't have the capability, the verbal prowess yet to properly shit talk. So they just say swears and horrible slangs and stuff, and it's unfortunate. But as you know, hopefully as they age, they'll get better at being, what's the word, like having fun with it, like you said, playing it in context, like your mother, I don't know, your mother drinks grog for breakfast or whatever, you know. That's a really terrible on the spot example, but you see what I'm saying. Like pirate it up, have fun with the theme of the content that we're working with, rather than just being jerks. I guess.
Yeah, it adds an element of fun to it, right? Like lightheartedness to it. And even when I find some very salty people, it's actually an encouragement from you, Jesse. I followed up with them afterwards, and I'm now friends with those people, and I've invited them to my own Discord channel. And like we've even sailed with someone. So like Sherpert.
I want to see a follow-up video on that, my friend. I do.
We'll do that. We'll do that for sure. But it's just, I don't know. It takes me, again, going back to what I love about Sea of Thieves is it's a game that allows you to create adventures, and then within those adventures you can build friendships with other people, even the saltiest of pirates. You know, like they're people too, and they just want to have fun and enjoy the game too. They just have a different version of how they feel they should enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game did the similar thing to me too. Like I'm like I had said earlier, I had been a YouTuber for approximately a year previous to discovering this game. A good mate of mine who I was playing other games with was like, "Hey man, have you heard of this Sea of Thieves thing?" It was like right in the middle of the beta, and I'm like, "Yeah, I think I actually have a code for that in my email." And he's like, "Dude, get on it, it is so awesome." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know, maybe." And I kind of seen a video of it somewhere, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's actually really gorgeous. Maybe I should check this out." And it was, I got a bad mouth Microsoft here for a second, but it was one of the most convoluted, god-awful, pain in the butts to get into a beta I've ever done in my life. It was, everything about this game has been difficult. I've had a hard time purchasing it. I've had a hard time, everything with Microsoft Store is just a nightmare to deal with. However, me and my buddy, just my one friend, started playing this in early beta days. There wasn't even animals yet. You could only do treasure chests. I think you could do. I think you might have been able to do the skulls, some of the
I think
bounties.
you even sell them to the carpenter. Like,
yeah, it was really strange. And like the potion shop was open, and there was like nothing in the game. There was also a lot more emotes. You could laugh and stuff. There was emotes that are missing now. But at any rate, I knew instantly, as soon as I seen the beauty, scope of this game, and the fact that me and my friend spent about, I'm going to say honestly, every single day, probably about 6 hours playing this game for about 2 weeks. And we weren't doing anything. You know what I mean? Like we were digging up some treasure, I guess, and just running around on islands and sailing, and it was just the most amazing fun I had had in so many years. And I decided to start making, maybe I should make some videos of this. And because it was in beta and there was only a few people interested or that had access to it that were actually YouTubers, I was, one of the pioneers of the YouTubers on this. And some of the very first how to do anything videos are Jessetattoo videos. How to catch a chicken, the very first one, was me. How to sail solo was me. How to row a boat. I got a lot of firsts on this game, and I've been there from day one. And that actually brings me to a little bit of a point where I'm feeling a little bit of the YouTuber fatigue lately. I brought it up in sort of a few of my chat things on the Discord and stuff.
Yeah, I saw it on your Twitter.
Yeah, and even on my Twitter, I kind of yelled out a little bit, like, well, fuck. Sometimes, as I said, it's been part of my new policy to sort of like try to vent a little bit, try to get some of the angst out of my system, so that it doesn't bottle up and build up and become an issue. So you could talk about things healthily. And YouTubing, I tell you, man, as I'm about 2 years into this, and it's starting to become very fatiguing. It's really difficult to watch something I've been working on so hard for so long it's not circle in the drain, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely, I've seen a really big high, and I've now seen I've fallen back into a hole again because of my arm issues. I've got some nerve damage in my arm that's making it very hard for me to do anything for long periods of time. Edit, play, anything.
Yeah, especially editing.
Yeah, editing's killing me. And a big, huge shout out to my second in command, Jetty, who went out of his way and just jumped the gun and ordered me a ball mouse, this big tabletop ball mouse thing, and I use it on my left hand, and I fucking love it, man. It's changed the game. It's gonna allow me to do this for years to come. So if you're listening, which I know you are, thank you again, Mr. Jetty.
Did you get used to it? Or are you?
I'm getting pretty good with it, man.
Still
Yeah, I mean, aiming, I can't aim for shit with this thing. I'm left-handed, but I navigate, I edit, I do all of, I don't have I unplugged my regular mouse, and this pad is sitting to my left, and the keyboard is to my right now. So I'm basically retraining my brain synapses to be a left-handed computerer. It's weird.
Yeah,
yeah.
That'll take some time.
Yeah,
it's good that you unplugged your mouse and kind of forced yourself into it.
Oh,
I
kept going for it, eh?
Yeah, back in the day, I was a Final Cut Pro editor. So a buddy of mine back then, a video editor, told me to switch over to Premiere. So this was way before like Final Cut 10 came out. So this is old, maybe like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit less than that. But anyways, so he's like, hey, check out Premiere. It's gonna be great. It worked with dark DSLR footage a lot better. Because I'm a bit of a filmmaker on the side. So, anyways, I checked it out. But that's how I did it. I uninstalled Final Cut and just jumped over. I'm like, all right, time to edit this video. I'm gonna have to learn this thing cold turkey. Let's make it happen.
I tried Premiere. I'm fairly fluent with Photoshop, so I assumed that Premiere would be a similar jump, and it's true. I was okay with Premiere. I tried Vegas out just to test it to see if something would be a little bit more forgiving, and oh my god, I'll never go back to Premiere, man. Sony Vegas is where it's at for me.
But I think Vegas is has less features overall.
Oh, it does.
Right?
It absolutely does. But
Vegas is good for sure. If
I can animate with Vegas. I do everything with Vegas. All my special effects, everything you see is Vegas or OBS. That's it.
Nice. Yeah, I use Premiere here. Yeah, it's always been Premiere actually. When I studied, I finished my degree in audio engineering. At the time, all my people, like film people I used to work with, they use Final Cut. But on the other hand, I'm mostly of a Windows user, not a Mac user.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't think Final Cut is, is on Windows. Even if it is, I won't use it. Just Premiere, like I'm so used to it now, and it's serving me well. So there's no need to change,
Yeah.
No, I'm a Windows user as well. I used to be a Mac, but I switched over. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
So yeah, there's being a YouTuber alone is kind of a difficult thing. And especially being a niche YouTuber. We as a collective three here are fairly 98% focused on the Sea of Thieves. Yeah. And I've definitely tried, because I was in other things beforehand, and it wasn't doing well. Sea of Thieves broke out of the game for me and just set my channel on fire. So I figured this is where I gotta be, I guess. I gotta focus on the Sea of Thieves, which hasn't been a challenge. It's been fun as hell. It's easy to focus on. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But it is important, I think, for us as creators to still dabble outside of our realm a little bit, because you got to consider the fact that we're hedging all bets on this game. What if Rare goes belly up next year and this game's gone, and we spent all this time, the last 2 years, developing a big Sea of Thieves community, and now nobody wants to watch us play Overwatch, or nobody wants to watch us play whatever, you know, any of these other games.
I was talking to Hit about it, I think yesterday or before, about like always, for example, I upload Sea of Thieves videos because I have another job, I can't like do it every day.
Yeah.
Every Monday and Thursday, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And as my channel grows, I'm gonna start, like, the other days are other slots for other games or potential games, like for example Subnautica Below Zero when it comes out, or something like that, you know what I mean? Because Sea of Thieves is always going to be a main pillar in the channel, but of course you have to be flexible over time,
a little bit,
just in case, God forbid, the ship sinks, you have to like you know, have another like place to jump on, you know what I mean?
That's why I really liked that you guys practically just kidnapped me and said, here, play this damn mining game. But like Deep Rock Galactic, that's a good game. That game, I am going to be covering it more on my channel once a couple more updates happen and a few more of these big content patches drop. I'm going to start covering this again because it's a good game.
Is that miner game?
Yeah.
Where you're
Yeah.
like dwarf miners?
Dwarf miners?
Gosh.
It's fun. Fun.
Amazing.
Yes, I'll play that game. You
It's
guys,
a great...
You guys let me know when you're in on that.
The fact that it's
play
4-player, just like Sea of Thieves. It's got booze, just like Sea of Thieves. It's about a brothership thing. It's about a common goal. We all help each other.
Yeah.
There's things that feel similar to why we like sailing with our mates in that game. Even though the gameplay is very different, it's still...
I mean, half of this Discord bought it when we got into it.
There's probably a good 10
so
people
many,
in our
I can
Discord
count
that have
10
it.
at least. Yeah.
And like
And now we hit 11.
yeah, and then like Fallout, the new Fallout coming out, Destiny 2 going free. I mean, Overwatch went free for a while. There's, you know, there's a lot of games that are big and have really large communities, and it's the reality is, like, every time I try a new game on my channel, it doesn't do very well. But that's because I don't have people here interested in Crossout. I don't have people here interested in whatever, some other game, right? So it is definitely a little bit difficult to break into other games when you have a fairly focused community. But I think games like that one specifically, like Deep Rock Galactic, will work well because it's a very similar audience, I think.
Yeah, you can see whenever you just, when we post a screenshot in the game shots section in the Discord, everyone goes crazy over it as if you're posting something from Sea of Thieves, you know?
Yeah.
Not like posting something from a third game or so.
It's good. It's good. It's, yeah, it's definitely something I'm considering. I used to play Destiny a ton, like hardcore Destiny fan. I was a huge Destiny 1 player to the point where I was a Sherpa to almost all new players. Something consistent, I think, for me is, in a general sense, I like to help the community and I like to be helpful. I love a good PvP battle. I love to have fun with that too. But at the same time, I don't want to, like, I'm not a jerk in real life, and I don't like to be jerks with people online.
Yeah. I hear that.
So, like, yeah, I mean, I did get Destiny 2 because you guys pointed it out that it was free, so I got it on PC because I have it on Xbox. But yeah, it is something that could be somewhere I dive into, like a Destiny 2 or that game that you guys were talking about, the Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, Deep Rock, man, that's worth your $20, I'd say.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, $25, I think it was, but or if you catch it on sale or something, maybe.
Is it out now, or is it still in beta?
It's early access.
Okay.
It's going to be probably early access for a year or something, kind of like
what's playable though.
Yeah.
It's fully playable.
Oh yeah,
like
it's
you
pretty
can
good.
have full.
There's some bugs. I mean, it's crashed on me a couple times and stuff, but that's why, again, I'm kind of waiting another week or three to kind of like there's a big update coming with a whole bunch of new gear that's coming out really soon, within the next week or three, and after that I'm going to start covering it again.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's between that and Subnautica and Sea of Thieves. I think maybe Overwatch, but I'm waiting. You know, it's a different subject to rank up a bit because I'm good in Overwatch, but still in the lower rankings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the competitive, so you know, people want to watch better players. So I'm trying to practice as I get up there. Then I'll start posting content from that.
Yeah, that reminds me, actually, that brings me to a point of something Hit had just said, how he likes to help people. And I'll tell you, one of the things that really, and I feel like it's the same thing for you, Hit, that video that you did about the PvP skills and tricks and stuff about just combat skills is so valuable to players. That's what they call an evergreen video. It means that video is going to be relevant as long as this game is relevant. You know what I mean? Like the basic combat skills and like my how to sail solo. There's a few things that are a little incorrect now by today's standards.
Yeah,
but
they become like. Yeah.
But for the most part, it's bang on, right? It's something that'll keep doing. So that's a video that you as a creator, both of you guys, need to do a few more once in a while, little things to teach people something. If you know something that you don't think everybody knows how to do, make a really easy video. Like I said, that PvP video blew my mind, man. I was like, crap, this guy's got like what? At the time, he had about 350 subs or something like that. You're already doubled that, and that was like a week and a half ago. But
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
dude, you're growing like nuts. Yeah. But like, I was like, damn, this guy's got some skills. And you're like, it's true. You actually said you make films, so you actually do know your way around an editor, and that's apparent to me.
It's kind of cheating there.
Because like we were talking about the subtleties the small things, audio cues, slight edits, things that we do as content creators that the viewing audience will never know. Very rarely do they pay attention to the fact that there's, you know, nice ramp up music that stops at a certain time right when we say something so that it's intense, and, you know, things like this. These little cues and subtleties are so important. But if you don't do them, people know that your videos are lack. They know that they're lame.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, that guy's just recording stuff and then pressing upload later. Like, he's not doing anything to it, right? Whereas, like, that video you did, right? That was something, that's like that's where I got sort of pseudo famous, was from doing edited how to do things. Like, this is, oh, what was that? Oh, something went through my door. Ooh, a package. Ooh. God, I totally lost my train of thought. A package went flying through my door.
Yeah.
But being a YouTuber is a lot different than I would have assumed from being from the outside, and it's really opened my eyes to a lot of simple subtleties that people, being just the viewer, that people that like subscribe to YouTube channels and just watch them, they don't know things like how important a like is, how important commenting, just saying something in there it is, and how we feel like we almost have to beg / constantly remind people, don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you really enjoyed my content so you can see more of this. You got to say this all the time, right? And it gets a little bit tedious. One of the tricks I found is do it in a funny way. You can even beg for likes and subscribes right off the fucking gate if you do it funny. If you go, hey man, if you make fun of yourself, I'm going to do it right here. You know you hate it, but I'm going to say it, and just do it. Or do it in a funny way. Make fun of the fact that you're doing it. Like, say that you're not going to do it. This is the part where other YouTubers would beg for likes and subscribes, but not me. I'm not going to ask you to like this video or subscribe. Anyway, let's get on with the video. And that's psychologically hilarious. And people like this and will actually like you because of it. And there's a lot of psychological, or oh god, I'm drawing a blank on the word here.
Well, there's
psychology of YouTube viewing. Pardon me. There we go. Is a whole new ball game that I've been getting into lately. Like, for example, here I'm going to give you guys a quick little trick here. Say something incorrect in one of your videos. Call the ship the wheel or something, the steering wheel or something like that, or
the tire,
or call it a tire. Yeah, there you go. Say something either wrong, or say, when you're telling people a tips and tricks or something, tell one of them, either just say the word wrong so that you're not giving people misinformation, but give people a reason to correct you in one small minor thing, and they will jump. People love to correct people. They love it.
Actually, speaking of that, it happened unintentionally with my Festival of the Damned guide video.
Yeah,
I had
love that video too.
And my voice was very thick, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to say the word because I was really tired when I made it. So I was like, yeah, guys, I'm sorry, but my voice is a bit, I didn't know what to say. So I was like, screechy, you know what I mean? I just said that, you know, screechy means like thin and annoying. And I sound like a Trans Am, you know what I mean? So one guy commented, he's like, my voice, he started laughing. He's like, my voice is a bit screechy, then continues to talk with a baritone sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like commenting just like that.
I thought it was funny too because you did mention that your voice was cracked, but I thought you sounded pretty normal to me.
I probably sound like this. I have no idea. Yeah. I was like really.
It is one of those things though. Like if you can, again, to sort of was talking about, to reiterate what I was talking about how important the likes are and the comments and stuff like that. It really, really is important. It's the likes, the combination of the likes versus dislikes And the interaction of people talking and coming back to continue the conversation not only gets you more view hits. I know you're only talking 1 or 2 each time a person comes back, but hey man, those 1 or 2 add up in total, as well as the consistent interaction helps YouTube's algorithm pay attention to you. And once you hit, I don't know where the exact threshold is, but it's pretty small. If you can get so many likes and so many comments on a video within a certain threshold of time, within the first 24 hours, it like suggests your video on the side view of other things with similar tags. So Sea of Thieves or whatever, any of that content starts popping that up in there. And can't stand it. I hate to use the word hate, but it's annoying how I always feel like I have to ask for subscribes and subs and likes and stuff, remind people to go down there and do that. And I think the reality is people that aren't YouTubers just don't understand how important that little 1 second to go hit that like is. Like it really is pretty important. It helps so exponentially. I don't know. I don't want to go off on it too long, but I did want to sort of just touch base to the viewers. So maybe some viewers, maybe if 2 viewers hear this and change their mind about like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start supporting the content creators I like by actually liking the videos that I'm watching every time. That simple little maneuver helps us a lot, man. You say you want to support us, that's how you can do it. If you like our videos, man, like them. For real.
And on top of that, I would say, from what I know about you, Jesse and Fuzzy, and I can speak for myself here too, it's also, we like to engage with the community, right? So like we enjoy creating content that other people enjoy. If we're just sitting there making videos that no one likes, like that wouldn't be fun for us, and it wouldn't be fun for the people not watching the videos. Like the whole point of it is to have that interaction. So when you like it, when you comment, when you share our videos, when you engage with our content, it gets us excited. I know you're talking earlier about like fatigue.
Yeah.
Like if you launched a video and it went viral, it would get you excited to create more.
It's true.
I know
I'm at a down, and that's why I'm feeling down, is because my numbers are down, right? And I hate to suck on the numbers like that, but you can't help it when it's what you do, man.
Yeah, and it's kind of going like to that point of, we like to engage with the community. The whole point of what we do, the whole point of YouTube and content creation is to engage with community.
Yep.
So when the viewers, when you guys, whoever's listening, when you guys like and comment and share, it gets us excited to create more, which hopefully allows you guys more content that you can enjoy. Like the whole point of it is to entertain. So we want to be entertaining. When you encourage us in ways of liking, commenting, subscribing, or hitting that bell, it gets us excited to create more for you. And I know, especially for me, the video I did that kind of like shot my channel up, and I think it's because of this one video, the Salty Pirate Legends. That video, like, I got such a great response from that it pushed me to make more videos, and that's why I made a top 5 PvP tips and tricks. Because up until that point, the only people watching my videos were my family and my nephews and nieces. Yeah. Now they still watch it. They have a whole tradition. My brother Beardo in the Black Crew Death, the Black Death Crew. Black Death Crew. He has his kids watch it every Friday after pizza night. So instead of watching cartoons or a movie or anything like that, they watch our videos that we do on Tuesday nights. So anyways, I was just going to add that to it because I thought it was a good point on, we love to engage with the community. We love to build a community around the games that we enjoy, and we want to create good content. And the way that the viewers can help us do that is by liking and subscribing and sharing our videos, because it gets us excited to create more.
Yeah, absolutely. And like one thing I do is I actually spend a lot of time when I'm not making videos, when I'm just sitting here like waking up in the morning or something, having my coffee, I'll sit down and I'll go through all of the comments of the past couple of days, because like I'm not huge, But I'm in this wonderful butter zone where I can actually still respond to 95% of everything that happens, right?
Yeah.
Once you get huge to like Jacksepticeye's and like PewDiePie, man, you can't respond to everybody. There's no way. It's like a million.
You might like one or two.
Like one or two that you spotted because it was at the top when you happen to be looking at it. But once you get so big, you can't do it anymore, right? We have this wonderful ability to be able to actually interact with our audience. And, you know, like you said, you like to help people, right? How did I meet Fuzzy? I met Fuzzy helping people. I met most of these people helping other people myself. You know, helping people people are like, oh my God, you helped me so much. Learn how to be I just picked this game up and it was so bad. Then I found your video and now I get it. I know how to play now. Thank you. You know, like that feels so good. And that's what created this community and my tattoo and crew here Discord thing. I originally used to call it Jessetattoo. It was just my name, and then I'm like, I only have my name on there so people know where they are. But realistically, this Discord has been taken over by my crew. You know, it hasn't been a mutiny or anything. They're super freaking loyal, and I thank all of you. But I've got a really, really awesome Discord group going with some really powerful creators, man. And like you guys both blow my mind as pardon my term, man. I'm not trying to swear at you here, but as small creators, you guys blow my mind. You guys both do really good content. And I'm friggin' not only honored to have you guys as part of my crew, but I'm like glad that we're having opportunities like this to pound our heads together and, you know, maybe make some more content down the road together, right? Like this is a rare opportunity that we have to create like almost a collective of like minds that we, you know, again, we owe it to this game. This game brought us together. I don't think for sure. I wouldn't know anybody in my Discord. I got mates that I feel like are like near best friends. I talk to every day that I wouldn't have known any of these people if it wasn't for this game.
That's the thing about especially Sea of Thieves. Like there's so many other games you play online, you play with people, but it just feels temporary or it has an expiry.
This has created true friendships and bonds.
There's something about getting into that like galleon and sailing from the far east to the far west and helping your, like protecting your crewmate from dying from some other crew or something. Something causes a type of bond in that just you cannot forget, you know what I mean? Like my Journey to Legend video, the very first day it's captured like 5 months in the making and stuff. From the very first day I played the game, I played it with I didn't know anyone. I just joined a sloop with my wife Jackie. She played the game with me, and it's just like every single time like I look at these videos, we picked up a skull or like found something or leveled up from like level 1 to level 3 because we found a villain. It's like, oh my God, these memories are just like I've never ever seen anything even close to that in any other game.
I'll add to that for sure. So like because of this game, we added more people to the Tuesday night game night that I do. Specifically, like my cousin Jester, he started playing with us, and he's in New York. So I'm in the West Coast, and he's on the complete opposite side of the country. And so when we start playing at 6, it's like super late for him. So he can only usually play for an hour. But because of this game, there's something like I wanted to do for my crew. So like we got like these specialized mugs that are like awesome mugs off of Etsy. I'll share the link with you guys. I think I posted it in the Discord a little while ago, but so I got like these custom mugs for everybody that sails with me on a regular basis, and they just started getting them like yesterday and the day before. And like my brother Lobo got his today, and that was actually what I missed at my door, so I was pretty pumped. But
oh yeah, I'm going to take off my headphones for a quick second. I want to go see what this package is. You got me all curious now. I'll be right back.
But so it's neat that there's a game that takes you. Let's see what this is.
Awesome.
It's your mug. Someone took your mug and gave it to him.
As soon as I touched it, I know what it is. It's even something relevant. So I'm going to do an audio unboxing. How about that?
unboxing.
Yeah. I was flipping around on eBay one day. I always kind of look on eBay for Sea of Thieves memorabilia and stuff. It's actually I got a Sea of Thieves eye patch and a bunch of coins and stuff real cheap one day. But I found a XXX Sea of Thieves official shirt that the skull, it's the skull with no, it's 3 skulls and 2 pistols crossed. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's 3X. No, 2X, pardon me. I'm not that fat. I'm just a 2X. But, yeah, I like this. This logo is very cool. It's actually, I sort of modified my own flag. Because I always, ever since the beginning of this game, I've not really liked the other guns very much. I'm all about the flintlock and sword, man.
Oh yeah, man! You watch my video, you know that's what I'm about too.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I kind of liked it, because I was like, "Yep, that's me. That's my favorite combo." I can't get my. I don't like the lack of range. I can never hit anybody with that damn blunderbuss. Yeah. Anyway, cool. It's a new Sea of Thieves shirt. I'll have to post a picture of that up in the Discord or my Twitter or something after.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what's been like one of your guys' biggest hurdles in sort of like this whole content creation process?
Like you feel like overwhelmed, or you don't know what to do, or something. You mean, or
I don't know. I'm just trying to keep the conversation going.
I would say for me it's just time, right? So I don't do the YouTube channel full time or anything like that. I have a job that I love, and I love doing it. And then I'm married, and we're actually about to have a kid soon, which is awesome. Our first
right
one.
on.
nice?
Congrats, almost.
Thank you.
I guess congrats either way, but
So I mean, for me it's just time. But I love making videos, so I do that for a living. So I'm a graphic designer and I make motion graphics for a living. So I love to create videos in general. So when it comes to Sea of Thieves, it's super fun because
Yeah, it's
I
like
think
a more fun job
Yeah.
than one you're actually doing. I might end up paying you too. So
maybe we'll see. I think for me it's just that it's just time. So when I get like the Tuesday night streams, when I do that with my family, we do it with the Black Death crew. Like what's great about that is the adventures are there, so it's easy to create a good video. What took me the longest was probably the top 5 PvP tips and tricks.
yeah,
Just because it's like,
Yeah.
all right, what do I want to tell people? What are my top 5? Like it's just
and that
Yeah.
style of heavy editing too is very taxing. Making sure that whatever you're talking about is not only clear, the clicks are cut out of it, and the video is matching specifically what you're saying. So you're not just talking about how you hold your sword, you're actually holding the sword while you're saying how you're holding the sword. So
which
it doesn't seem
for
like
me
much, but it's hard to do, kind of.
it is. It took me, so like for me specifically on that note, because it's a great point, is I had to figure out how to record my tips and tricks videos like this. So I actually do all of it live right there in the moment, because I have my notes and everything, and I review the notes and I do it like takes.
Yeah,
But I was trying to do it just like visually and then come back later with a voiceover, or do a voiceover and then do the visuals. And for me, that was just, I couldn't do it. I was just like, this just isn't working for me. So I did it in the moment, live right there. Like I'm using it, and I did some voiceover work with it, but most of it was live in the moment. So all those clips in there are like me talking, me doing.
It's too hard to line up reactions when you go, whoa, when you're jumping and stuff. If you're trying to voice over after, it's ridiculous. I do both myself.
Even
feel
if
like you
it's
can tell.
on time, it sounds. Even if it's on time,
It
it
sounds
sounds like
fake.
off.
Yeah.
It's just unnatural. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I do both. It depends what I'm doing. Like, not to get too deep into the process, like maybe I'll even do some videos one day of the process of this, because I know some people are interested in the editing sides. But for the most part, when I'm doing those like top 10 videos or tips and tricks or something like that, I actually will do all the audio or most of the audio first, and then I edit all that so that I've got a good long run of how the audio is going to be. and then I go and I find all my video and record what I need to place, so that there's, when I'm talking about a barrel, there's a video of a barrel in front of me, kind of thing. It's just different. It depends what you're doing, though. Like you said, some things are better in the moment when you're actually trying to explain something and physically do it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to lay that over after the fact.
It's definitely like one of the next videos I'm going to be doing that's evergreen, as we were talking about earlier, is a ship-to-ship combat style roles for crews, and I'm planning to do a little more cinematic stuff with that. So it's gonna be probably a bigger project for me. But I feel like that will be a good one for people to just kind of see, because it's amazing to me how many people don't like set crew responsibilities or roles on the ship.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to be the boarder, but if everyone like jumps off your ship, you're gonna sink.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, like, you'll be sailing toward an outpost, and everyone just standing in the front, staring at the island as it's gonna like slam into the front of the ship.
It's so fun.
And they'll be like, oh my god, raise the sails, just like
and everybody's
a split
off.
second before
Everybody's like,
you
oh,
crash.
I'm on land with a freaking skull in my hand. Like, ah.
Yeah, and then everyone goes to raise the sails while the ship has like 7 holes in the bottom, and no one's repairing now. Well, no, forget the sails. Let's go repair. No, you know what? Drop the anchor. If people paid attention, pirates, just like 2 minutes before that, instead of like battling each other, getting drunk, you'll have the best crew ever. Like, just take responsibility, like you said, you know.
I've been talking with Jetty about this in the background. Me and him have actually been planning. Maybe Hit, that's something that we can just collaborate on, because that's actually something me and Jetty were planning on doing as well, is a video about the roles of, like you said, what you're supposed to be doing. And since we're basically talking about the same thing, maybe we should just do it together or something. Or we'll talk about that after.
That sounds good, man.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to bring up?
I got about 15 minutes left, and then I'll have to head out.
All right.
But I think the only other thing I was going to mention is kind of going back to an original point of, you know, why I love to create videos. And there's this great comment that I got from someone on one of my videos where he talked about, he's like, I hope you don't lose what I like about your videos, and that's that engagement with the community, right? So obviously, if the channel grows to a certain point, I won't be able to respond to every comment and be as engaged in the community, because I have a life, I have a full-time job, I have a wife, and I'll have a kid at that point. But with all that being said, I think, at least I know for me, I'm sure you guys are the same, there's like priorities, like there's foundational priorities in your life that as long as those don't get off track, then you'll do fine on the channel. So like for me, the whole reason I started recording videos was to create videos that my nephew and nieces could watch and we could relive as a family. That's it. That's the only reason I started. So no matter how big the channel gets, and no matter how much, you know, whatever, how much the audience grows, like whatever happens, for me, there's the root foundational priority of I love making great content, but I love making content that is with my family. And I think that's actually one of the things that a lot of people like about my channel is the chemistry.
The chemistry cannot be faked or like made up in your channel. It's real. Like when you and Sharpie, I think is your sister, stole that Athena chest. That's a moment I will never forget. And you know, not even the moment that you stole the Athena chest. After that, when you were in the ferry and you were saying how awesome she was, that's the chemistry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like,
I was so proud. I was just like, I was so proud. I almost broke my microphone. I was so excited. In fact, I thought I did. I was like, how am I going to share this moment later? Because I was yelling so loud in my microphone.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect.
Although, actually, one thing before I forget about it is, you know how you were talking about wanting to do this video, this combat video, right? About boarding other ships and roles and stuff. And that brings me to a point. I'd actually talked to him about it, and I've tried to do similar things myself. But like Falcor did this video. It's actually the video that he won the recent challenge. Yeah, where he did this massive combat thing between these two ships, and he talked about he did a little how-to video, or how he kind of did it video. He talks about how they had to like bribe ships to get other vehicles on or to get other ships on crews and stuff, so that they could do this kind of thing on a server, so they had control of most of the server, correct? And how Rare really needs to implement some form of a streamer server service, pardon me, where specific people, like let's say it's a premium ability, maybe not everybody has it, it's an ability you have to pay an extra $10 a month for or something, but private servers, so that you can invite all your friends to different ships on a specific server for content creation purposes. And if they want to keep rewarding us and keep encouraging us to make content in their game, this is a very, very small, simple thing they can access for us that doesn't need to change the game, doesn't need to break the game, doesn't need to do anything different except allow us to have a little bit of a private area to do this, so that we can invite, or even just forget the private area, just allow us to invite whole servers. You know what I mean? Allow us to invite more than one ship.
Filmmakers, you know, Hitbotc would know, like they block a road, or they rent like an apartment or something, and no one's allowed in there because you are creating content right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Lock it down. Yeah. I've only been in two servers, pardon me, where I was in part of a giant alliance. I was sailing with Alekdar one day, and he had the entire server locked down. There was 6 ships running around. And man, I have never gained experience so fast. We were just sailing, and I was like, cha-ching, ka-cha-ching, ka-cha-ching, and everybody was like, everybody was helping everybody. They're like, oh, fort's up, and they're like, oh, fort's down already. They're like, they finished it so fast. It was like, and then cha-ching, cha-ching, you get all the gold from it, and all the. I was like, holy crap! Like, that's some power leveling, man. That's part of why they don't want to do that, is because it was really OP leveling. I'd never seen anything like that, man. That was crazy.
Well, if you're gonna create content, maybe they'll make it like you cannot level in these servers.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. Like,
well, that's a possibility. That's something that they need to think about and sort of do some weighing on their ends. But I feel like something along these lines is something that would not only help us, but it would help them in the long term, because they could even. I know that they have access to, you know, ghost tools and floating cameras and stuff that we have no access to. I want access to that stuff, or at least a way to do it.
Rare, if you're listening.
Yeah, please, I don't know, man. I always wonder if they listen to my content at all, ever, but maybe not the whole thing.
Send them this segment.
Little clip. Rare,
no, it's good. It'll be an interesting challenge for sure. What you're describing. Because I mean that's where I want to go. Like, I had this idea too, to create a like a trailer for the Black Death crew, and like telling the story, like the lore behind my shit, which is funny, right? So like, I have lore that I kind of thought about, and I was up late one night. I wasn't able to sleep because I was thinking about, how does this tie in? How does this work? Like we're working on some backstories for each of my crews. So like Sharpie, I met her on, I think it was Lookout Island or something like that we decided is where she was. And I'm going to stumble upon her fighting off skellies with an Eye of Reach, because she's Sharpie, right? So she's sharp. She's a sharp shooter. So it's just like, there's some lore that we want to like expand in with our videos, which is going to be super fun. But it's so funny that people want to jump in on your bandwagon of like the curse, right? So like, I don't know if you know, Jesse, but one of my videos I talk about the curse of the Black Death.
Okay.
So the lore goes, Captain Hitbotc was just a smuggler back in the day, and I was a rum smuggler, and I would go from island to island, constantly being chased by pirates, and I was very afraid of the seas. But I had a love for grog, so I wanted to get more grog, and the only way I could get more grog is to, smuggle this rum from island to island. And then one day, a pirate legend came up behind me while I was on this island and slit my throat. So it sent me to the ferryman, my first time there. And then there, the ferryman took pity on me and offered me a deal. He said that he would give me a ship that was near unsinkable, and the only thing I had to do was pay him back with souls. So I took that deal, and not little did I know that that deal came with a curse, and the curse was an unquenchable thirst for blood.
Well, that makes sense. That's convenient.
It's perfect. So I did this whole bit on that at the very beginning of the stream. Super fun. And so like that's actually, you can kind of see that thread starting to bleed into all the comments. Like I have a comment here that someone says, like, quote unquote, "I'm guessing the ferryman didn't let you have the Black Death for little A?" ? Because I was solo slooping, so I was actually on our sloop that we called the Black Dagger. But it's just a bit of fun. But lore, like I would love to do a trailer telling that story, like showing me walk up to the ferryman, raising my lantern, and I don't look like I do normally right now. Like I look like maybe a bilge rat, put all the bilge rat gear on it. Little Captain Hitbotc walks up to the ferryman and holds up his lantern, and you see this deal strike. It'd be fun. It's just ideas. It's just ideas.
Yeah, it's that kind of like storytelling, machinima style creation that like drives me for sure, man. I mean, that's the thing that I'm having the hardest time with, is that's the stuff that I love to do, and that's the stuff that I'm having to like kind of step away from right now, just due to the fact that I can't spend all that time editing. I want to. Maybe if I can get through some therapy and fix my hand up a little bit, maybe I can find a way to make it work, and maybe just take more time to do less videos and still do some. But yeah, that stuff's awesome, man, and this game is so ripe for that. It's begging for it. They don't give us a story and say this is what it is. They let us tell our own tales.
Yeah, I was kicking around like just this. I mean, I have big dreams, so it would be so cool to see my channel grow to a Captain Falcor level. But then when I get to that point, get it to a point where maybe I can get rare to kill off Hitbo, because the joke is, not kill off Hitbo. So like the thing that the ferryman always tells me every time I collect him a soul, he always says just one more. And little do I know that last soul that he requires is my own, and it's switching off with the ferryman. So it's the Black Death is actually his ship, and he was offered the same deal, and he used to plunder the Sea of Thieves. But eventually he had to be the soul that was paid, and that soul, now he's the ferryman.
Oh, you're hitting it with an outer limits kind of thing.
It's just like, come on, but like how insane would it be?
Twilight Zone
insane would it be? See my captain, my character like become the ferryman, and I have to start over.
What a twist!
Oh, nice.
Man.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, you could even do it yourself. All you'd have to do is start a new character. You could kill off your dude, make a cinematic episode, and I mean,
oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
You could just do it as a joke and then bring them back or something later, so you don't actually have to delete them. But you could start. Yeah. Apparently, you can start as many characters as you want.
Yeah, for sure.
You just gotta sign into a new account or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. That's an interesting idea. Anyways, I love this game for sure. So much opportunity. I think
it's what got us together now, and everyone else too.
We wouldn't all have gathered here again. Like I said last time I did one of these podcast things, we wouldn't gathered around here and grabbed our coffee and wasted an hour or plus out of our day to talk passionately about something if it wasn't super awesome, worth wasting all this time. Well, it's not wasting, you know what I'm saying. It wouldn't be worth it if we didn't love this game the way we do.
Yeah, for sure.
And people wouldn't listen to us if they didn't love the game the way that they do. You know, this game's something. It is very something else. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and suck suck off Sea of Thieves wang here, but for real, man, they've created something pretty magical.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way I can reiterate that point is it when I first started playing this game, it took me back to when I was a kid and I fell in love with video games, period. Like, I think back to those moments of GoldenEye slappers only. We made that the game. We did that. Like, the game's limited, but then we said, all right, this is what we're doing. This is the kind of game that we're playing. This is the kind of stories that we're going to have, and we did it. And that's what Sea of Thieves is. It's like, you know what you're getting with Sea of Thieves. You know everyone's on the same playing field. No one, just because you've played 100 hours doesn't mean you have a better weapon or a better anything.
I
It's
actually
just
like that
here's
a lot.
the game. I love that about it. So I love that, and it's like, here's the sandbox. Now have fun. And it's up to us. So many people get bothered by that when I say that. It's like, this is our sandbox. We create the adventures. We create the stories, and they get so annoyed with it. And it's like, whoa.
That's because too many kids have been playing too many like very rail cart like story-driven games that don't let them lose. It's too easy. They're too like, oh, I'm the best. Look at all these dudes I'm killing. I never lose. That's because they're too easy, and they're railroad carring these kids, and they're rewarding them with sparkles. You're a win. You're the best. Headshot. And they think they're so good at these games, and then they play a real game, and they freaking suck at it, and they're like, whoa. Where's the story? I need a specific path, or I get lost, right? And that's okay. I'm not trying to badmouth these other kids that have been. It's just the culture of games that they've been fed. You know.
Yeah, it's the Call of Duty mindset, right? Like one of the games I love, it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but you can only play the storyline once. But the storyline when I played it was awesome. I really enjoyed it, but I've never played it since. I played it one time, one through. That's it.
Yeah.
That's not what Sea of Thieves is. Sea of Thieves is I load in, and I have no idea
what are we doing today.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, one day I loaded in, and this is one of those days I learned to always hit record on OBS every single
Yeah, I found that out.
But I loaded in. There's a sloop off in the distance, so I went after it, and he was trying to run away. I eventually caught up because I'm a better sailor than he is. That's a side note. But caught up, jumped aboard his ship, dropped his anchor, jumped back, like killed him, jumped back to my ship as it was almost about to sail away, dropped my anchor, and saw that this dude had loads of treasure. So instead of sinking him, I killed him again, and then I took all the treasure off his ship, threw it on my ship, and then I brought up his anchor and sent him on his way. So then he realized what happened, so then he chased me for an hour. It was awesome.
Nice.
But
I think
that's not what I expected.
You make up your adventure, exactly.
Yeah, it's not what I expected when I loaded in. I had no idea that was happening, but it did. It was amazing.
That's what makes this game so amazing, is the whole randomization of other people, and I think that's one reason they don't want to close up private servers, is because it'll eliminate that beauty randomness that happens.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I do wish they would at least, maybe they should make it so that we can have a zone. I think that's the right path, is to have a zone that we can do this, but we can't earn anything in it. It's just for visual purpose, storytelling purposes only.
Yeah, exactly. Like an idle.
Maybe even unlock all the different clothes and stuff 100% unlocked, but you can't earn anything.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if they did something like that, or implemented a cinema camera of sorts. You know, where we could do some
cinema camera. Oh, don't get me started on that. That's what I want more than anything. I'd cash everything in for a cinema camera.
I will say this. This is the first game I've ever played where I would be willing to add microtransactions just so I could buy stuff to support the developers. Like, I can't think of a game outside of Sea of Thieves that I've played that I've loved so much that I would be willing to say, hey, I'll pay real money to support you guys because I love what you're doing, and I'm willing to do that beyond just buying the game.
Yeah, it was like an $80 game, $75 game. This is pricey. And you better believe that I'm going to jump on pets and whatever else comes out, because it's content that I got to cover.
As long as it doesn't give you an edge over other players.
For sure.
Which
I don't think they'll ever do that.
Hunting.
I think they're smart enough to go with that.
But yeah, I mean, it would be amazing. I was just talking like the next update, which, by the way, side note, I think it would be super fun to do I'm going to take the day off probably and do a stream through Shrouded. What's it called? Shrouded.
Spoils.
Spoils. Yeah. To do a stream during that, but like with that update, the rumor is that you're going to get more ship customization. And I can't wait for that.
I've heard of this, and there's a few things I can talk about that have been spoiled all over the internet. Real quick here, I want to just touch on this bit. But the new Shrouded spoils, the only thing that's sort of for sure is kind of in the name, so it's hardly a spoiler, but is the fact that we're getting new loot and more loot, a loot upgrade, if you will. I'm not going to say who or what is going to start giving us loot or what else is going to be implemented into the Sea of Thieves, because I know a few things. That's actually I'm going to tell you right now, Fuzzy, that's a problem. I know things that I can't talk about. I don't think Pioneer's program is all it's cracked up to be for YouTubers. I think it's a double-edged sword, because I get in there and I know things that I was just about to cover, and now I got really juicy information, but I can't cover it because I'm bound. Right, so
I think I'll stay away from the Pioneer project.
It's a bit of both, right? It's a double-edged sword, as I said.
Yeah, because Jesse has like some type of psychic abilities when he gets in the game. Like the reason why I got into this Discord is because of your rowboat video before they came out, where it's gonna hang and how it's gonna be, and everything was right on spot. You know what I mean? So now, if you predict something from the new update, but you also find it in Pioneers, you kind of cannot talk about it because they're gonna be like, you know, NDA and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit of a double-edged sword for sure for that. I hate it.
Well, I'll stay out of it so I can make all the wild accusations and guesses.
I honestly don't play in Pioneers hardly at all, just to avoid the spoilers. I got one buddy that's a Pioneer that I talk with, and he's like the only guy I can really bang the Pioneer ideas off of, because you're not supposed to talk about it with anybody. It's like Fight Club. Don't talk about it outside of Fight Club.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Which speaking of Fight Club, Lobo had a great idea in my crew. One of these days, I'm going to do a pirate fight club of sorts on an island somewhere. We'll try to get a whole server together. Just park. We were thinking bringing out like some chests of 1,000 grogs, so it's like portable grogs and chests, banana crates and stuff, to this island, and then we just had all the pirates just kind of dueling out, getting drunk, and having music going, and just all sorts of.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
That would be nice. Yeah.
If we do that, I'll have to follow up with you guys and get you guys involved with that, because I think that would just be a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out some way to do a party boat or something for a while, and that sounds like fun, man, for sure. I'm down.
Yeah.
All right, guys. On that note, I have to get back to work.
Yeah, it's good talk, everybody.
Isn't this work? Aren't you like a pirate, or is that your real job?
An actual day job.
The day job. I love the day job.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining at all about my job. I love it. So.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Anything in creative arts is always fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This was super good. Thank you for inviting me along.
Right on. And I'll make sure to link both of your guys' channels in the comments below and description below.
Thank you.
Because that's what it's all about, man. Spreading the love.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Right on. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right, Fuzzy. I think I'm going to call it right here as well.
All right. Me too.
So thank you for joining.
And take care. Thank you so much. And I will see you around.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And same with you, audience, whoever's listening still. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz. And I'll see you guys real soon. Cheers.